went for a Saturday drive to the Watagans, my first trip in Tiny after the Tassie trip, and I was really looking forward to drive Tiny again. Dave found some new tracks which I personally hadn't driven before, so I was looking forward to it. This will be a pretty short video, as I didn't plan to film much due to the fact that I still have tons of unedited footage which I have to go through. I drove over it, but even with the portals I don't think I would have cleared that. This is the same track we just drove, just this time filmed from the front, and I think it gives quite a different perspective and shows a bit better how steep the track is and how rocky.
Taking that was a big rock too.
Yes. This was one of the new tracks I hadn't driven before. This little step leads us to a fairly decent sized rock step. Dave in the short wheelbase TJ was first in line, and it certainly was quite daunting, to be honest, especially in a short wheelbase. Dave certainly showed commitment and gave it a few good goes. However, he just couldn't get that rear wheels up that step. Dave quite nicely shows his driving skills here. As you can see, the passenger front wheel really picked up and the passenger rear wheel was up a bank, so he stopped the car exactly at the right moment. If he would have rolled a bit further back, there would have been a very big chance of the vehicle rolling. At this stage it was time for the winch, and Dave was winched up that rock step quickly. Next it was my turn. As we always say, the videos don't really do it justice. If you stand at that step and you look at it, it certainly looks pretty formidable. But with the longer wheelbase, I drove it actually in Tiny easier than I thought I would drive it. Here's the angle in Tiny. I guess it is a bit steeper because obviously Tiny is longer and the front wheel is higher up. Next in line was Curdy in the 4.2 Patrol Ute. On 35s without bead locks, he runs far higher tire pressure and needed a little bit more effort, but also made it up there then fairly quickly. Next we drove a short little sidetrack John knew, and when I saw Kurt struggling there, I thought it's time to get the camera out. I thought I'd try the straight line and see how I go with the 37s, where that would make any difference. It didn't really. Wheelbase track again, and yeah, I didn't have much success on that line either. The last track of the day was a one-way in, one-way out track. Fairly overgrown, not well used, but it certainly proved to be quite an interesting track with a lot of rock steps, very well suited to Tiny and the Portal shop. I was first in line going back up, and after I got stuck against a rock, we needed to set up a little winch scenario to get me off that drop. But everything else and Tiny with the portals drove, and I only filmed one little bit. However, when I heard a lot of revving and stuff going on in the back, I parked Tiny up and walked down to see what the other guys were doing.
Quite a bit more.
Nah. Beautiful. The wheelbase really matters a lot on that track because there are a lot of subsequent rock steps, and it's very easy to get caught up with all four wheels on two steps. Nice! It's Dave. Oh. Wow. This was the last obstacle of another great day. And yeah, thanks to everyone involved. Thanks for Dave and John showing us some new tracks. Guys, with so many awesome tracks in the Watagans, I'm keen to hear what you reckon are the best tracks. Please leave me your comments and let me know what are your most favorite tracks in the Watagans. Also guys, if you enjoy the videos, don't forget to like and subscribe.